Can't make this up, I swear. Welcome to another episode of Keeping It Real with Anna and Paul. As always, I am your host, Paul. And this is the lovely Anna.
What's up? What's up? Hey, you never laugh so hard you get like your brain hurts like in the back. That's where I'm at right now because I've been laughing for an hour and a half.
Yo, I know.
It hurts. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Everybody say amen.
I can't with you. I can't. Oh Lord, I forgot.
The thing is, I don't make this shit up though. Like, why is this always going on in my life though?
You can't make this up. You can't make this up. The shit sounds too crazy to be a lie.
When people like come into my space, it's like I have the truth serum. Like they look at me and it's automatically vomiting like. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, you never had to tell me this. Like, I never had to know this information. Why are you telling on yourself, first off? But also, I think because I come off as the cool chick. Like, oh, she's like, you know, she's the cool one. She's almost like the homie, but she's not the homie. Little do they know, I am not cool. I mean, a part of me is. A part of me doesn't care. But then the other part is just like...
I can't with you. I can't.
Oh, and I'm a harborer of secrets too. I know so much shit and I just don't. That's another thing because I just don't say shit. I'm just like, you oh, never mind. It's not my business. That ain't my business. Has nothing to do with me. Yeah. So what are you talking about today?
Well, I'm going to start this off with a question for you since you've put me on the hot seat all morning. It's actually not that hard of a question, at least I don't think. How important do you think sexual chemistry is between partners?
Oh, I think it's very important. Obviously it's very important, but for me, it doesn't start there. Like, obviously it starts where you both see each other and usually now somebody can grow on you. They really can. But usually, you know, you have some kind of immediate attraction to them. So you see them in a sexual way. We are just going to say that. But that whole entire sexual thing can last 2 seconds or it can last 2 years to 20 years or whatnot. But it's important, but it's not the whole entire pie chart.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, it's extremely layered. Let's start with, say, well, to get it out the way, because it's kind of the easy part, let's start with sex drive. If your sex drive is, say, like at 8, 9, or 10, extremely high, you're probably not going to be that sexually compatible with someone whose sex drive is at 2 or 3. It's probably not going to be enjoyable for either one of you.
No, and honestly, the sex drives is per person too. Some people just have higher sex drives than other people's, and it could be just the way their body is, or it also could be, you know, factors in their life as well. So,
and then you take intimacy as well. You mentioned that intimacy doesn't always have to include sex. It can be something as simple as just kissing, cuddling, you know, just kind of feeling your bodies next to each other, and it's not actually intercourse. There's that as well. You know, some people don't know how to be intimate with someone without it being intercourse.
Yeah.
Intimacy doesn't always include intercourse, basically.
No, it doesn't.
But and then there's like limits, let's say, like, so for example, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you kind of put your sexual limit as far as, is there anything that's off limits in the bedroom or anything sexually that you're just not open to, with 10 being that you are just down for whatever? you'd be willing to try anything.
What I preach a lot, and I preach a lot in the book that I'm about to publish, that's coming out very shortly, is that unless it doesn't ruin like your morals or something like that, then why not?
Yeah.
You know, obviously, if it causes pain, then don't do it, or maybe you're doing it the wrong way. I had somebody come to me and we're talking about anal, and I was like, well, you kind of have to like, not kind of, but you need to start off with a certain gauge and then you need to work your way up. You need to have lubrication. There's a lot of times people are doing things that are not normal, which I'm going to classify normal as missionary sex. And they just don't know how to achieve and go to it correctly. And what happens is some people are very adventurous. And if you are having intercourse with this person for a long time, they might want to do different things just to spice it up. Some people are just very, straight line and they want missionary and then hit it from the back and good to go, but other people may want something different. So it's really up to your sexual partner. And I will say again, unless it's morally incorrect to you, you should do it if your partner wants to do it, because it's about not being selfish. So that's my answer to that one.
Compromise. There's always, you have to compromise in every single aspect of a relationship. There's not always going to be things that you want to do that maybe your partner wants to do, and you need to be open-minded to a lot of things.
Who knows, you might like it.
Yeah. And then on top of that, it's important, especially if there is a relationship and you two are actually seeing, where it can lead to, as far as the future. It's important to kind of, I guess, maybe be patient and let that sexual nature grow with your partner as well. Because let's say you're with someone, maybe your sex drive is a 9. Mm-hmm. Theirs is a 3. So you kind of compromise with how much you two have sex. But what if that person maybe has only been with 1 or 2 people in their life, and you kind of open them up to new things to where, okay, they enjoy sex even more. So now they're getting closer to your level as far as where you're at it and your sex drive. So that growth aspect is another part of it, to kind of be patient and not just, oh, you have sex with this person 1 or 2 times and it's not really what you like. So you're like, oh, forget this, it's not gonna work. Growth is a part of it as well.
Can I ask you this? Mm-hmm. From a scale from 1 to 10, what is 1? Because there's no definite answer to this question, but what is on your sex scale of, from, let's just call it basic to something adventurous? I want to say adventurous. I don't want to say crazy because I don't think that's appropriate. What is number 1 for basic to adventurous? What's number 10?
For me, I would probably say a good solid 8. There's a lot of things.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
No, but define what is number 1. Number 1, let's just say, is it missionary? Because everyone likes to talk about that as a missionary.
Yeah, missionary is very underrated, by the way. And missionary really gets a bad rap, but that's a whole other conversation.
Can I say something right here? So there's a position, I don't know what it's called, but it's not just missionary, but it's where the guys like to put the girls' legs up next to their ears. Okay. Now, I have talked to a lot of women. A lot of women don't like this. I don't know. And I know that the reason why guys like it is because they're feeling the full thrust. But the thing is too, which I feel, because I've talked to a lot of women about this, they have come up to me and talked to me about this. There's a lot of noise that comes from it when, when the legs are up and they're putting the full penis inside the vaginal walls. I cracked myself up. Sorry, ignore me. But the noise sometimes comes from it being too much. And I think it turns some men on because they're not being discerning about what's like, too much versus something that feels good, because they're not really paying attention and they're not having sexual communication with their partner. Because I have people coming up to me and they're like, I hate this position. I don't know why they do this. And it's a position that you do when somebody, is like somebody works out a lot. That's probably fine. It's probably okay. But when you have someone who hasn't worked out, or maybe they don't stretch or anything like that, that's a whole different thing. So now you're stretching them out. This is not sex, Swedish, Thai, whatever you want to call it, because in Thai massages, they always do all that, stretch you out, whatever. It's not that. So I think, I know that partners need to be a little more discerning about what is okay, because some people are going to speak up, some people are not, because they don't want to destroy the moment. And then some people don't know how to speak up. So that's on both parties, by the way, at the same time. But yeah, so missionary is underrated. I'm not really sure if that's a missionary position. It's probably not called missionary, even though, you are coming in from that way. But why do you think missionary is underrated?
Oh, because I feel like a lot of people look at it as a boring position. Whereas me, I feel like it's one of, if not the most intimate positions. And it, especially if you two have a close relationship and it's something where you're seeing where this can go, it's extremely intimate. I feel like it brings you a lot closer to that person, obviously not just sexually. It's one of the only positions I believe that does that.
So okay, so are we gonna stick with number one, that being missionary? Since it's the most common. I don't know.
I'm not sure either, to be
Okay,
honest.
so
I mean, we can.
I think that has to be number one because everyone knows that. There's so many other different positions, and people are like, "What is that? What is reverse cowgirl girl? What is this? What's that?" So let's stick with that one. But what is number 10?
I'm not really sure. I mean, going to 10, you might actually almost have to like consider something maybe like that damn Amazon position, which I will never do because I've said
we're just
my
saying,
legs
sticking
will never be in the air like that.
we're just sticking with positions.
I mean, I was just going with it. I don't.
So it's 9.
So that's 9.
No, what's 9?
Hell, I don't know.
But okay, we got to define it a little bit. So
what
one
do
is
you?
going to be one is going to be missionary, right?
One
Let's
is
say
missionary,
I'm not going to go
second
through the whole entire thing. 2 is probably going to be something like writing.
Okay, cowgirl.
2 and 3.
Go
Let's do
cowgirl.
2 and 3, whatever. So number 5 is going to be something like maybe some kind of intense doggy style. Okay, because there's different kind of doggy styles. So you do some kind of intense doggy style. But I feel like once you get upper, you're not really doing positions now. It's more sex acts. So we could do 9 as anal. And then number 10, since what would you think 10 is? I want to hear this. If 9 is anal, what is number 10? Ah! I want to hear this.
Hell, I don't know. I'd have to really think about this. I mean,
I don't got to think about shit, but go ahead.
No, I want to know what is your
I
number
want
10?
to hear you say it.
I told you what mine is. That Amazon position is something that I will never do.
So it's just positions for you.
Not necessarily. I was just sticking with positions since that's where we start.
So I feel like 7 is right? Okay. And then number 10 would probably be, hold on, pissing. Because that's crazy, right?
It's also something that I will never do. To each his own. If you like the golden shower, then
more power to you. Classier. But right? does that sound like acceptable?
I can say that.
So I feel like 10 has to be like super crazy, and it's not really just positions anymore, because we're stepping outside of the box.
So then where would the limit be drawn as far as like if you were maybe doing something maybe in public or something along those lines? Something because you mentioned adventurous, and I feel like, something in public could be is
maybe like a 6.
Adventurous.
6.
Okay.
Because I've heard a lot of people do stuff in public, which means that it's not as crazy as you going up. Like I heard people that do more stuff in public versus doing anal, or especially the golden shower. That's just like something that a lot of people just do not do, which I'm not saying one way or another. I don't have any feelings towards that. I'm just saying I feel like 10 needs to be crazy. So watching somebody like that's not crazy. I do that every Sunday.
And again, there are some people that do that. You know,
I don't know why I turned into a man, but I did.
yeah, but I mean, again, it's a case by case basis. You know, there's certain lines people that they just don't want to do something, and there's other people that do. I mean, like there are people that are into bondage. Me, that's not really.
Well,
There's
that probably
nothing
has to
really
go.
about. There's nothing really about bondage to me that is attractive or stimulates me. So it's probably not something that I would really do.
Is that really crazy though? I feel like, I don't know, teach their own, but like, I don't know. Like, so I feel like that would probably be, did we say a 5 already? I don't know. I have to
You
go
said
back.
5 is like doggy.
Okay, like a crazy doggy. So we'll
like
probably
that.
knock doggy down and then put bondage as like a number 5.
Because I mean, if we was talking about Missionary 1, Cowgirl versus Cowgirl 2 and 3, and then Doggy 4-ish,
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
because I feel like those are the basic ones, like the basic beginning of positions, and then a lot of them are they derive from those positions, like your leg up, your feet up, so I feel like those are probably like the starting of the positions, and then you carry on. You carry on.
Sure.
So my advice though too is to always talk about it. If you are fucking, then you should fucking talk about it. That's just been my whole entire premise, especially with love and lust and everything. If you're fucking, then you should fucking talk about it. You could talk about what you like. You should have your safe words. If you're going all the way there, you should really, and it makes it more fun when you have communication, relationship communication, sex communication, because now you know exactly what the other person would do and won't do. And the thing is, like, you guys can be both wanting the same thing and you don't talk about it, and then months later you realize that's what you both want. You just wasted a whole bunch of months.
Yep.
You know,
it's okay to talk about these things. It's a part of
if you're
sexual
doing
chemistry.
you need to talk about it. It's important to ask those questions. Hey, when's the last time you got your testing? Hey, when's the last time you're in a relationship or with somebody else? Hey, are we going to do it this way or that way? Hey, I need you to wear a condom. Those are very important things that you cannot be shy about talking about, because it could be detrimental to you, your health, and people around you, to be honest with you. So
sexual chemistry is not just as black and white as just you two having sex. There's so many different layers to this. I mean, because if you're somebody that's maybe you're somebody that's asexual, or
yeah, autosexual.
I have come across people that are asexual.
Yeah. And then also the sexual chemistry too is just like, that's why the honeymoon phase is such everyone just loves it, whatever, or just the beginning of talking to someone new, because you don't know much about them. You don't know the bad stuff. We usually put out the good stuff first about ourselves, or people actually will see the good stuff because they're liking us, and then all of a sudden later on they might see, oh, this person's not perfect. But when you're just stuck in that stage and this person is just so amazing, your sexual chemistry will probably be up a little bit higher. But once you start getting to know someone and you start to know their faults, they might be doing something you don't like. They might say something, think some kind of way that you don't like. That shit might go down. And you might not even want to like be around them as much because it's not the honeymoon stage. You guys already did this. You've already done this move, or you've already had sex one time in the week, and now it's so it's something you definitely need to work on and keep up with, just to keep that romantic nature in your relationship, to keep it great for all your partners that's in the relationship. I'm saying it like that for a reason. So,
and be ready to compromise.
What are we compromising? What are we compromising?
Not your morals, obviously not your morals. Like we mentioned, like don't be bringing no animals in there. I'm not doing the whole gerbils thing.
The Furbies? You want to do Furbies?
No, I read about that
no.
story.
He said no. You're gonna dress up. You gonna dress up like a rabbit?
No.
Have her dress up like a rabbit? That's
no. I was talking about actual animals. I read about the story about gerbils. Long story. I read about
we're putting gerbils to work while we're what the fuck? No,
straight up.
I'm not here for it.
Straight up, you know where I'm talking about. I read about that story.
Isn't that illegal?
I would imagine so.
It's like bestiality. Okay.
Like I'm not. That's why you gotta have these conversations. You don't want to be getting ready to get down with somebody. They pull 9 gerbils in the room and
Or they might pull some shit out.
But yeah, that's where I'm at about that. Have these conversations with your partner. It's only going to enhance the experience if you have these conversations.
It will. And then you might also save yourself some time because you're like, you're batshit crazy. That shit is not going to happen over here. Thank you. Bye. I don't know. I was talking to nobody, but
it's real though. That's real. Again, I mean, like the whole bondage thing. I don't want to be getting ready to get in that mood, and then you come out of the bathroom looking like a burglar in all latex. I don't really care.
If somebody came out and they asked you to be their dom, you wouldn't be their dom?
I'm not into it.
But where's the selfishness, sir? Does that go against your morals?
Don't do this.
I think that if somebody, because I know that you're selfless, you know, they came out with the ball in their mouth, you're probably like, this is just crazy.
That shit is a huge turnoff to me.
I know, honestly, I probably just leave.
It's a huge turnoff. I'd be like, okay, A, you can take all of that off and we can get to business, or B,
the latex too? The latex too?
Like I said, if you come up in here looking like Catwoman with all of this shit, it doesn't really do anything for me. Coming out with
really
the whips and the little ball around you.
Alrighty, well, I think we talked enough for today.
We have.
We went there. We went there.
We definitely did.
All right. Well, guys, thank you guys for watching. My name is Anna Lefebvre. Make sure you catch Love and Lust. I'll have the links below.
And my name is Paul. Check out the Welcome to Forever podcast with me and my main man, He-Man, one half of the Thundercats. Welcome to Forever podcast every Sunday.
What did you guys talk about last week?
What did we talk about? Men taking initiative on dates.
Yeah, if you don't take the initiative with me, we're not going out. I can't stand that.
It was the big thing. Because it was a whole thing. I saw it on Twitter. This girl posted that she started talking to this guy. They were texting like all day, something like that. And then he texted her saying, I made reservations Friday at 7 o'clock at such and such, be there. And she was taken aback. And really, it wasn't so much that, but the first comment by a young lady on there was that she feels like he has a dominating personality and she was turned off by that. So that was kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, not to each their own, like we keep on saying, but that each is not my own. Because what irritates me is when guys ask me out, which I get asked out very frequently, and they don't pull the trigger. It's like, you liked me. So now I'm supposed to, oh, you want to go out? Okay, no. With that attitude, no. You need to tell me the date, you know, the time frame that you have. And but the funny thing is always when the guys I've gone on dates with, they always ask me like, what do you want to eat? It's not like they're just like, oh, we're gonna go here, here, and here. But I'm the type of person, I don't really care at the same time. I'm vegetarian, so I can find lettuce anywhere. Doesn't really matter. So, but no, that's a big thing. And then the young lady that said something afterwards, man, yeah, that is not my vibe. That is not my vibe. But
again, to each his own. But.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop saying to each their own. I'm gonna just start saying no. No. Alrighty. Well, we'll catch you guys. Weirdo. We will catch you guys later. It's a great topic. Make sure you go listen. I will have the links below as well. So, bye.